Our next speaker is Laurie Giannini. She is the Facility Marketing Director of Calaveras County Fairgrounds. She will share with us how they use Facebook as an easy and successful marketing tool.
Hello, and I hope you all were at the Calaveras County Fair. We just finished this last weekend. We have been using Facebook heavily since about January, and just a little bit about why we started using Facebook. First and foremost, I'm a mom of a 22-year-old daughter and a 19-year-old daughter. I got a Facebook account because I spy. I'll just be honest. I mean, it's the same reason I always wanted to know who their friends were and read all the books they were going to read before they started reading them. And so that's how I kind of got involved with Facebook. Our oldest daughter graduated from Oklahoma State in January and went to work. She has an animal science degree, but she went to work full-time for Farm Journal Media, which has a very successful social networking. And she is actually an assistant editor of social networking. And who knew that you could, tweet and Facebook for a living, but she does. And so she was talking to me one day and she said, Mom, our Facebook, one of our Facebook accounts, got 5,000 hits in one day. And I said, really? I mean, this is about corn. This is about machinery. This is not about anything really exciting. And the agweb.com site gets about 90,000 hits every 4 days. And so I started thinking about my business, the fairgrounds, and her advice was, Mom, you need to come up with something to lead people in and something that they can look forward to, or not look forward to, but kind of maybe get hooked on. So I started thinking about that. Well, one of the things we started doing in January is Blue Ribbon Recipe Thursday. And every Thursday I post a recipe on our website. The first time I did that, overnight it got 3,500 views. And that's been consistent. The other thing we started doing was an Ag Fact Wednesday, where, same thing, these for us, for me, I was pretty amazed, 3,500 views. So what else can we do with this? Then I figured out that every press release I write, I could put up on our Facebook as a note, under the notes, and put a photo. And that's releasing information immediately. So then we started doing that, and I went, wow, 2,500 hits, 3,000 hits, so. And then I went to a conference that the Calaveras Visitors Bureau held in Angels Camp, and one of the speakers says, you need to really, Facebook is great, but you need to drive them back to your website. So then we started doing press releases, and on our website, if I did a press release about a daily baking contest, I could link it back from Facebook to that entry form on our Facebook. That started increasing our website views tremendously. And the more we did that, the more traffic we were driving to our website. So this started in January, and so then pretty soon I had all of this Facebook data, which was really kind of cool. My daughter showed me how to get that also. And then I could take this Facebook data and show it to potential sponsors. And we did get a sponsor just out of the blue. The Calaveras County Fair and Jumping Frog Jubilee had an official footwear, Bogs for Frogs, and they donated 10 pairs of boots for special contests we had, and their decision was based on our Facebook traffic, and that I could link our Facebook to theirs in our Facebook traffic. And it was another appealing thing for sponsors also, that we could talk about our sponsors, or and it's so immediate, and that's what I like about it also, that a sponsor can do something really cool for you, and you can get it out there that same day without a lot of time or effort. One thing we did in May leading up to our fair is we had a couple of partners that we did special contests with. it was a yogurt, one of our partners, it was a yogurt store in Valley Springs. They had just opened. And it was crazy stuff, like go into Scotch Yogurt in Valley Springs and moo like a cow and you win a free yogurt and 2 fair passes. We did stuff like that for 18 days, leap across. I mean, he did not have a day where someone did not take advantage of that contest. Dress like a pirate, bring carrots in. I mean, there were 18 different things that you had to do. We also did something similar with Turner's Wild West and Angels Camp. So as we really developed our this scenario, it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then pretty soon, I couldn't maintain it anymore because it's just part of my, I don't have a lot of time. So I have one of my assistants actually had to get my secret password so she could also maintain our Facebook. It's been very, very successful for us. And when I look at the demographics and I look at the people responding, at first I thought, okay, this is going to be kind of a teeny bopper thing. It's not. It's not. It's people my age, people older than me. P.S. I want to thank Daryl for using my high school picture in the program there. Yeah, that is me. I'm just, Anyway, the demographics of the people using Facebook, you'd be surprised at. And so that was very surprising to me, the people that we're interacting with every day and that, that are actually trying those recipes or they're, I run into them and said, oh, I saw that ag fact. And so that was surprising. It was surprising to me, and then the more research I did, the less surprising it became. But for my board of directors, who they're not on Facebook, and when I showed them these numbers, they were like, "Really?" It was very surprising. And I just, we only do Facebook right now. We're not on Twitter or trying to do any of those things yet. Not to say that we won't, but our Facebook is very successful and, we're just kind of sticking with that program. The one thing I do want to reiterate a little bit, though, is it's not, end-all, be-all. I did, out of 10 elementary schools in Calaveras County, I dressed like a pirate because that was our theme and took our frogs and went to 8 of them. So the face-to-face, one-on-one, telling your story. This is just one avenue to do that, but it can't replace that person-to-person contact. So, any questions?
I have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, how many fans do you have? You started with the Blue River Dress Teaching on Facebook?
Oh, less than 1,000. Less than 1,000?
Less than 1,000?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then did you notice an increase in traffic for the fair?
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely. We had a huge increase in traffic for the fair. And that... Huh?
Can you definitely feel like there's a correlation between that and your Facebook?
Yes. And then hits to our website, because we try to always link people back. So, and then, there were people, I read that on Facebook, or I read that, on Facebook, so. Tim. Oh, the frog jump? Yes, it is. Okay, thanks. Tim's our web designer. So, and that's really important because you really do want to drive them back to your website because that's where they can get the best information. So it's really important to have those links and have them kind of correlate.
So when's a good jam, Jayla?
The Tonight Show was at the Frog Jump this year at the fair, and they participated, and they're going to shoot. I think it's going to air Friday. So, any other questions for me? Okay, well, thank you very much for having me, and if you missed our event, we hope to see you the 3rd weekend in May next year. Thanks.